My name is Tavia Dowden. I'm a realtor with Sentinel Property Sales Team. I want to help you go over the process of selling your home. Selling a house can be overwhelming, and I would like to take you through the steps to make the process as easy as possible. So the MLS is a multiple listing service, and we put your house into it and it goes to Zillow, Trulia, it goes everywhere. This is how other agents are able to find your house and also potential buyers. A lot of the times you will have offers or showings back to back to back. So what I like to do is put your house on the market on a Friday. Weekends tend to be the best because this gets as many people in as possible. Your house ends up being on the market for a shorter period of time because that many people are able to see it. If you do not want to do it on a Friday and you want to do it on Tuesday, we will work with you. But essentially, you end up getting appointments. Multiple offers is the goal, and after we get those multiple offers, I will go through every single offer with you. When looking at offers, we are looking at what kind of loan they're bringing. We're looking at the financing contingency. We're looking at how qualified they are. In this market, people are offering over appraisal. If they're offering $20,000 over list price, I call the lender. I have a discussion with them. Not every agent does that, and I feel like that's why a lot of houses will go back on the market. So it's very important to do that, to vet those buyers, to make sure that you're picking the right one. Due diligence is where the buyer gets inspectors in there, which you want because you want to make sure that they really like the house. If they back out through that due diligence, they get the earnest money back. Earnest money essentially is a deposit that shows that you have skin in the game. So they're saying, I'm going to put this deposit down on this house, and if I fail at terminating within the due diligence period or the financing contingency, you get to keep the money. Earnest money can be different depending on where you are. I know in California a lot will do percentage. Here in Warner Robins, it can vary. I have seen $1,000 all the way up to $5,000. It really depends the price of the home and how wanted that home is. But I will also look and make sure that the earnest money is sufficient that if the deal fell through, you would be okay. Price point when listing a house is extremely important. I like to know where you are and where you think that your house is worth. So most likely I'll ask you just so we can see how far apart we are. But sometimes sellers are right on point and we can definitely list it for that. But there are a couple things that I do to get the accurate price. One thing is looking at comparables. I will list all the houses that are comparable to your house. Usually if you're in a neighborhood, I will stay in the neighborhood. I will find a house that is the same square footage or close. If it has a pool, if it doesn't have a pool, any upgrades, I will make sure that we will comp the right house, because what happens is that if an appraiser comes out, he is going to try to pull those same comps to find your value of your house. And if you don't have the value there, then what happens? Then your house ends up low. So there are a couple things that will add value to your house. One thing that sells is kitchens. A lot of people love new kitchens. If you are going to spend any money, I would spend it on a kitchen. The next are bathrooms. People like bathrooms, but different people have different preferences. All you can do really is just update as much as you can. So once you have an offer and you accept the offer, I send it to you, you sign it, now we're in a binding agreement. Now the due diligence starts. The due diligence period, for example, say it's 10 days. The buyer will get an inspector in there, which will last about 2 hours. You can be home or you can leave. I recommend that you leave just so the inspector can go and do their thing. The other agent, the buyer's agent, will come, let the inspector in, and they're supposed to stay. You have to let other people in it, whether it's a HVAC or if they want a roofer to inspect the house, you let them in to do their inspections. This is their time. So what happens after the inspector comes in is that he will give the buyer a report of everything that is wrong with your house. They end up sending an amendment to address concerns. I will receive the amendment to address concerns, in which I go over it with you. We talk about things that you would be willing to fix and things that you wouldn't be willing to fix. Most of the time, a lot of sellers are willing to fix things. What's great about Sentinel Property Sales Team is that we have the resources to get contractors out there to fix your house. That is huge. Sometimes you don't know who to call to do a patch in the wall. Sometimes you're scared because you don't know if someone's going to end up taking your money and running. These people that we have are vetted people that we're able to go in and know that they're going to do a great job in getting that repair done. When looking for an agent, you want to find someone who's going to market your house. You're going to find someone who is going to do professional photography and not use their cell phone. There's so many agents out here that they do not take the money that they're going to get and invest it back into you. Another thing is you want an agent that's going to have the resources. Can that agent have someone who can get something fixed if something needs to be fixed? If you have a short-term rental or you need a short-term rental, can that agent provide that for you? I think that's all very important. It's resources that Sentinel Property Sales Team brings that sometimes other agents don't. I do tell people that they should go ahead and interview multiple agents. Don't just interview us. Put us up against other agents so we are able to show you what we bring to the table. One big thing that is huge with finding an agent is communication. There's a lot of agents that lack that. Being able to get a hold of them is insanely important. I have seen agents not answering phones where they have lost deals. I have seen agents that work 9 to 5 and they turn off their phone at 5 o'clock and they're not getting you the showings that you're supposed to be getting. If I don't answer my phone, it's because I really can't answer my phone, and I'm gonna get back with you as soon as possible. If you send me a text, I'm gonna send it right back. Just that communication, I feel like, makes other agents stand out from the rest. And I think that is huge. So you're ready to sell your house and you're trying to get top dollar. There are a couple of things that you can do to make that happen. First would be deferred maintenance. Deferred maintenance is something that things around your house that you really needed to do, but you kind of put off, caulking that bathroom tub, doing a patch in the wall. Do things that you know that needed to be done. Go ahead and do them. Because what happens is that buyers, they come into your house and they see these things, and when they see them, they see dollar signs. So that patch that could have cost you $50, now to them it's $100. That carpet that needs to be stretched, instead of it looking nice and tight, now I'm gonna have to get all new carpet. Cha-ching, $5,000. There are things that really, if you just take the time to make sure that they're done, it does make your house show really, really well. The other step would be to declutter your house. When you walk into a staged home in a brand new construction, it's beautiful. There's nothing on the counters, everything is in its place, and you go, wow, this is a beautiful home, and you see yourself in it. If you walk into a house and is very cluttered, that's a turnoff. The house looks smaller. You are not giving everything that the house could possibly get. So what I suggest you do, take some of those things that are cluttered, put them in a box and put them away in your garage, maybe do a storage unit. Take things off of your bathroom countertop. Take things off your kitchen counter. They don't want to see your toaster and all that stuff. They want to see what they could do to the house. Super important to declutter. The next step would be making your house nice and bright. You want to be able to open those windows, open the blinds. If you have dark blinds, I would think about maybe replacing it with light blinds. Having lights on, I know it's not great for your electricity bill, but having lights on, it does help the house show a lot better. You want nice and bright and airy. Everyone wants to feel very invited into a house, and by just lightening things up, it makes a world of a difference. The next step would be depersonalizing your house. When someone walks in and it is owner occupied, a lot of the times they feel like they're invading your space. Maybe take those pictures that have the family and take it off the wall. That is something easy. Take it off the wall, put it in a safe spot, put it in storage or in the garage. It helps people be able to see themselves in your house rather than see you in their house. The next step is huge. It's curb appeal. If you walk up to a house and the grass is cut, it has beautiful flowers, the doormat is new, there's no spiders and cobwebs around, things have been pressure washed, that is going to be like, wow, this house is awesome. And when they walk through that front door, that is going to change the way they look at the inside. This is what they want you to fix. You can choose to fix it or you can choose not to. A lot of sellers do. They are willing to work and fix things. It just depends, and it's a case-by-case scenario. The great thing about Sentinel Property Sales Team is that we have the contractors to fix it. So instead of you just calling Joe Schmo out of the yellow pages, we're able to say, you know what, we have a guy for that. So one thing that came up on my last house, the vinyl siding needed to be replaced. We had a guy for that. The bathtub, they wanted the chips fixed in the bathtub. We had a guy for that. There was a roofing issue where there was a leak needed to be fixed. We had a guy for that. And that is just nice to know that these people are vetted, we work with them, and we are able to get them out there to fix your property. After the amendment to address concerns, we are waiting on that appraisal. The thing is with the appraisal is that you just never really know. You don't know who you're gonna get, and you don't know what they're gonna come back as. All we can do as agents is look at the comparables and make our best decision of what your house should appraise for. Depending on the appraiser, it can come higher and it can come lower. But with our expertise, we are able to make sure that we really hit that mark every single time. Usually the appraisal happens towards the end of the contract period. So once the appraisal comes back and there is no repairs, sometimes appraisers do ask for repairs, especially FHA or VA. Sometimes they want a window fixed. If there is the gas that has leaked, you will find that in a VA appraisal. If it comes back and there is nothing to be fixed, we are on point, you're good, we move on to the closing table. You're ready for the closing table, this is what you need to bring. All keys, garage door openers, any codes to the house. If you have a Ring doorbell, I would go ahead and disarm it so they're able to arm it when they go back to the house. I do want to point out that it is very, very important to bring your driver's license. The attorney is going to need to know that you are who you say you are. Before closing, you will receive a seller's packet. You will want to make sure that you fill that out and return it back to the attorney. You will get your money at closing. You can either opt for a check, in which you will get at closing, or you can have it wired to your bank account. If you choose to wire your proceeds, you can expect it within a day. You will just want to make sure that you give them the right account number. That is very important. Once you close, you will make sure that everything is gone. The buyer will come in normally a day, sometimes that morning, but the buyer will normally do a final walkthrough to make sure that you did not leave any debris or any of your belongings. You will not have to bring any money to the table. All you do is sit back and receive your proceeds, which is fantastic.